Hi, I'm James Brundage from Start Automating, and today I'm going to introduce you to EasyOutput. EasyOutput is a PowerShell module that helps you harness the power of PowerShell's formatting engine and make it simple and easy to use. And today I'm going to demonstrate how you can make a type that looks very complicated in WMI very simple. The core command you use in EasyOutput is write format view. And you use this to create a look and feel for a new type. So here's Win32 Video Controller, which has no view by default. And that's a little bit more information that I probably want to see. One way I can improve the experience is to limit the number of properties. And to do this, I need to first figure out the type name. Now, luckily, getMember has the type name at the top of every single result. And by using this, I can actually use this simple sort of pipeline to get the members or type names of every object in the pipeline. So type name equals command that I want to get the type names of, pipe to get member, select object, expand property, type name dash unique. Now, the first thing I'm going to try to do is give it a fixed set of properties. And this is a lot of complicated XML. But I make it a lot simpler in PowerShell. So we're going to take this type name and we're only going to show the name, the adapter RAM, and the video mode description. Lots of text. But this text is actually used by the PowerShell engine to do important things. And you can actually automate the process of loading that into the PowerShell engine by piping in into out format data and then again into add format data. And now we can see how it looks. That's a lot easier to read, isn't it? Instead of looking at 20 or 30 properties, I look at 3, and they're very pertinent. As we continue, we're going to make it much nicer. So the first thing we're going to be able to do is add an auto size, which will get rid of a lot of the white space. That's good. It looks kind of a little crunch to me, but it works. So I'm going to try columns of fixed width instead. That's a lot better. So what I really want to do actually is give clear names for these things. And this is an important thing to consider in PowerShell because when people see a type name up here, the header, they're going to assume that the type has this property. So you can give virtual property names, but it's not necessarily the best user experience. But here's how you do it. One of the things I can do is just rename the properties. And I can do this with the renamed property hash table. The value in the renamed property is the original property name, and the key is the new property name. And by doing that, I have a much more human-readable display. Now, one of the other really awesome things that you can do in PowerShell is represent terms or things in terms of kilobytes or gigabytes or megabytes. It has automatic references for these things. And so what we're going to do is create a virtual property that makes memory a little bit more readable by turning it into this sort of form. And virtual property, like rename property, the value that you're going to use is the value in the hash table, and the name of the property is the key. And there we go, 512 megabytes. That's a lot simpler than good old get WMI object Win32 Video Controller, which was this incredibly hard to read piece of code. So this is a quick example of what you can do with EasyOutput. As you can see, it's quite simple to define a better output experience in PowerShell. And as always, I hope this helps.